Dr. Paley, his wife and his family represent the values that Yeshivat Sha'alvim is educating to. Ahavat Am Yisrael, Eretz Yisrael, v'Torat Yisrael.
I'd say for the last 25 years that Sha'alvim has truly been a very essential part of my life and the life of my wife and our 6 children. I had the privilege of learning there back in 1989 and 90. I personally really became enamored with Torah during that year. I became very excited to learn and to explore more about our heritage. It really was a very, very special year for me. So much so that if you ask me what establishes my identity, I always say it really is Sha'alvim. I'm a Sha'alvim boy. I became particularly close to Rabbi Michael Yamer, who was my Rebbe. Since then, he actually has been involved in almost all of our life decisions. We were zoche, my wife Sarah and I, to have him as our Masada Kedushin. And since then, we've maintained close contact with him and other Rebbeim. So much so that we ultimately decided to bring our family to live in Ofai alone, right near the yeshiva.
Living near the yeshiva has benefited myself and my family, both with our close contact with our Rebbeim, mentors and friends, being able to speak to them on a daily basis, seeing them on the street, as well as being able to be part of many of the yeshiva activities. Since
my grandmother instilled it in me, I was always going to be a doctor. That was like a Davar Yadua. I realized that I wanted to live in Israel, and ultimately that caused me to shift gears somewhat, and I ended up becoming an orthodontist. So over the last 10 years, since we've actually made Aliyah, we've been able to kind of create a mizgeret where I fly in basically 2 weeks a month. I spend 2 weeks here in my practice. It's a different world in 2014 than it was certainly 20, 30 years ago, and there are many guys like me who have been able to make this work, to be able to fulfill their dream of living in Israel and still being able to maintain an American salary. For me personally, I was very involved in developing this practice and making it grow. I just wasn't ready to say goodbye to it, and that's why I'm still here. One of the wonderful benefits of living so close to the yeshiva, besides my being able to actually go to yeshiva and learn there whenever I have free time when I'm not working, is the impact that the Talmidim have on our family.
Our family is very lucky to be part of a wonderful program that is run by the No-Fi Alone families and Yeshivat Sha'alvim. Together, families, including ourselves, get to invite and adopt boys each and every year into our homes to come in for Shabbosim, for activities, events, to be in connection so that they have a place that they can call their home away from home in Israel.
When you go in their house, you feel like you're at home. They're always so welcoming. The discussion is always surrounded around Torah or interesting topics, engaging everyone at the meal. They're very into making sure everyone's involved.
Tu B'Shvat here in Israel is very different than what I remember growing up in America. And we had the privilege of hosting the yeshiva boys every year, something that we look forward to experience that with us.
And we sing and we talk about Eretz Yisrael, we talk about the beauty of living here. We have guys come who've made Aliyah to share their experiences with the boys, and it really is something very, very special.
I don't think anyone can go out of that Tu B'Shvat Seder and not want to say, I want to move to Israel. I want to be like Dr. and Mrs. Paley. And I mean, I know I want to be like them, just how can anyone not want to be like them?
I'd like to thank all of you who've come to the dinner to support Sha'alvim. I know how committed the yeshiva is to continuing a relationship with their students. And I know, based on our experiences and our friendship with them, how dedicated and how much they love each and every yeshiva boy and girl that comes through the Sha'alvim program.
I'm really proud of our entire family for taking the plunge and making the move with us to Israel. And we just are so blessed to live the life that we live.